As some of you know, my family had a bit of an emergency a few weeks ago. When the Nightcast Creative Discord found out, they rallied together and helped us out by setting up a meal train while we were going through a hard time. This episode is dedicated to the fine folks of the Nightcast Creative Discord to say thank you so much for your support. You made a huge difference in our lives this month. If you aren't yet on the Nightcast Discord, please come join this fantastic community. We've got monthly shows like Behind the Mask, where we interview folks from the community, and Hopco, a live play from Dicey Cantina. Come talk about Star Wars, RPGs, and other nerdy fandoms, and join our community RPG with rotating players and GMs, bounties, and Beskar. Check the show notes for a link. Hello, and welcome to a special episode of Coruscant Nights.
Hello.
Tonight I am once again joined by Doug.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
You ready for this? It's gonna be something.
Yeah, it's gonna be something.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as a thank you to all the people who helped us out last week, we're gonna add a light side point to the pool of this ridiculous episode for every person who did so. You ready, Doug?
I am ready. Wait, that was a lot of clicking. So, it looks as though I have... it looks as though I have 18 light side points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start using up.
Alright, we'll do. I know I have at least one thing.
You have two things.
I have one character that a talent that requires the use of two, which is a lot.
And you have one that uses one. The one that lets you ignore a despair.
Oh yeah. So there are no dark sides in this one, basically.
Here we go. You can feel the ground moving under you. Your hands strapped behind your back, your legs strapped to the legs of a chair. Somebody takes off the bag that was over your head. You get the light from the dangling light above you in your eyes. When he takes off that bag, who do we see?
You see a medium height Snivvian, not too tall, not too short, with a sort of brown, shaggy bowl cut, tussled by this bag, and Blendin beats his dark brown eyes and looks around as they adjust to the light.
Yeah, the boss wants to see you, but he wants you to sweat a little bit first. It's a human, a tall human, gangly, who is wearing nicer clothes than you would expect somebody who has kidnapped you to be wearing. But he tosses that sack to the ground next to Blendin and makes his way to the door.
And who is your boss, could I ask you? And yeah, I am sweating a little bit.
Wouldn't you like to know? You'll find out. The door opens with a whoop, and outside you see a window and the skyline of Coruscant moving by quickly, and the door closes.
Huh. Not the nicest guy in the world, but maybe his boss isn't too bad. Boy, these ropes are tight. I don't think I'm gonna wait for him to come back. I'm getting out of here.
What do you want to do? And you're rolling a skullduggery check to do it.
I wanna break out of these ropes.
Yep.
Let's see. Do I have equipment that can help me, such as a concealed escape kit?
Yeah, there's a reason this scene is happening. Yes.
Okay, I want to use my concealed escape kit, which is concealed in Blendin's in his boot. So let's see. I'm going to make a skullduggery check.
Yep. What does your kit do for you with your skullduggery check?
Let's see. Upgrade ability of all mechanics and skullduggery checks. Okay, so it's going to upgrade
to
this.
Turn a
one
green to a yellow. I'll make it hard. It's 3 purples. You want to flip a light side point?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, skullduggery, and I get to. So one of my greens turns to a yellow.
Yep.
And I'm gonna flip, which is going to turn another of my yellow or green to a yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. got any threats for me?
Yeah, I think there is one setback because your legs are tied to the chair legs, which makes things a little difficult to do with your shoes.
Okay. I don't think I can remove that. I rolled 2 successes. I'm glad I flipped, because 2 successes, that's great.
So what do you do? How does this shoe work?
How ridiculous can I invent this shoe to be?
Hey, do it. Let's see.
So, he's got 2 shoes. I think each shoe can probably do something a little bit different. What he's looking for with this shoe is a blade. He stomps down in a very particular way on the shoe. I think maybe he actually...
Is it like a stomp and twist?
Yeah, there's a stomp and twist. And when it twists, a little blade emerges. And I think because this is the Star Wars universe, it's a little vibro blade. So it kind of hums, and he tries to position it on one leg and cuts this rope, and then moves his other leg over to the other bound leg and quickly cuts that. How's he gonna get his hands? I got 2 successes. I think for those at home listening, try and do this, because I'm trying to do it while you listen. You bring your left foot as high up under the chair you're sitting on. Try to get it as close to your wrist as possible.
I'm gonna pull something.
Feels good. So Blendin does that and is able to wiggle this vibro blade between his wrists and artfully cut this rope.
Blendin's got high coordination. I see this as possible.
Thank you.
Blendin is free.
Well, that's one obstacle down. Let's see what's behind this door. Let's see what's behind this door. Or maybe there's another way. Blendin looks around. Let's do a perception.
I'll take a perception. It's gonna be average, not too bad.
Okay. Any setbacks?
I mean, I could give you one for that light swinging around, casting weird shadows, but...
Okay, well, I would have removed it.
You have something that removes from perception checks?
Yup.
Oh, your nose.
Yeah, Blendin's really good at sniffing. He's a top sniffer. If any of you want to play as a Snivvian, the character build maybe doesn't exist, so maybe Mark will post it.
Yeah, not really.
Maybe Mark will...
Somebody made one. It seemed a little excessive, so I pared it down.
They usually are when people make them, it seems. Alright. 1 success.
Yeah, there's a grate above your head.
Oh, great.
There's also a door. You saw the door. No windows.
Yeah.
Looking around, you're getting the idea that this is probably not a ship, but I'm sure there's a Star Wars word for it, but like a monorail, a hover train sort of thing, on a rail.
Of course, he wakes up with a bag over his head on a monorail. Of course. This isn't the first time it's happened, so...
it won't be the last.
Won't be the last. Blendin's going to grab that chair and prop it underneath this grate, and he's gonna go spelunking in.
Of course, he's gonna go spelunking. He wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I think maybe he's got a couple tools. We'll just say for tool purposes, his escape kit has a little screwdriver. He's gonna undo some screws and take the grate off of the opening and place it as silently as he can on the ground. And upsy daisy.
And you are in an air duct. You can see it's pretty straight. There are some offshoots to the left and right, but mostly straight. And there are like bendy rubber parts that you assume are the spaces in between cars on this thing. How far is Blendin gonna go? Do you want to go in the direction that the train is moving, or away from where the train is moving?
Good question. The front or the back? We're gonna go to the front. I like that.
Blendin shimmies in this tight quarters. I picture Blendin as like, he's medium, but he's like, is he like lanky? I see him wearing a suit.
I think he is a little lanky. I like this. We've got a nice little Blendin graphic on my character sheet that's quite lanky.
Yeah.
So I think
sort of like a shorter Spike Spiegel.
He's definitely got that Spike Spiegel little form-fitting suit with a
little flare at the bottom.
A little flare at the bottom. Hey, that's how Lando does it.
All right, you make your way through these ducts, and you go over a few other grates. You see passengers sitting, and you see a few empty cars with crates and a couple people sort of standing around, milling around in those spaces. Where would Blendin get out?
Blendin is, I think, trying to take some mental notes. Trying to see if there are guards, folks does he see the guy who pulled the bag off of his head? Does he see anybody like guarding what could be illegal trade paraphernalia? And I think Blendin's got to meet this boss, but he's got to also meet this boss on his own terms, not tied to a chair.
He shimmies along, and eventually he does spot that human that took the bag off his head. He is standing in a room with I think it's all humans, and they're all one of them's reading a hollow newspaper. A couple of them are just sort of standing there looking like guards. You don't see any obvious weapons though, and there is an older human sitting at a table with some food in front of him.
Could be the boss I heard about. He's like peering through like grates in the like, okay.
I think he's above everyone and sort of in the middle of the room.
Boy, above and in the middle. What's he gonna do? How reckless is Blendin? Sometimes I do things...
Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
And it's going to be against... it's hard. 3 purples.
1, 2, 3.
I'm going to flip a point. So it's a red and 2 purples.
He's flipping. I'm going to flip as well. I think I'm going to flip on every roll. What do we think about that?
Sure.
Okay. Setbacks. Boost die.
You can have a boost because there's a lot of sound. This thing's noisy.
Mm-hmm. You gonna give me a setback? Because a human-sized person was not meant to be in the air duct?
You have a setback, but I'm not going to tell you the reason unless you fail.
Okay. 2 successes. 2 threats.
You will go unnoticed. What do you want to do unnoticed?
Boy, unnoticed. Well, I'm not just going to sit here. I didn't get any advantages, so I can't like use that as a thing. He's in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm. You got somebody reading the hollow newspaper, a couple of people looking out the windows. One person is near the older person who is continuing to eat their meal.
Let's see. Let's look at my equipment real quick.
With your 2 threats, looks like staff, like a waiter sort of person, rolls a cart in through one of the 2 sides with a tray and one of those silver lids on top of the tray.
Okay, I love it. I have some thoughts of things I want to do. Let's see. I'm gonna try something, and if I fail, I'm gonna try something different.
What do you want to try?
Well, we talked a little bit about what Blendin was wearing, but there's something special about what Blendin's wearing. Blendin's wearing I'm surprised this doesn't have a cooler name, actually. He's wearing a holographic costume. Yeah. The holographic costume is a glossy, form-fitting suit, and it's lined with hollow projectors that are capable of projecting any dress or outfit programmed upon the user. Now, he can use this in 2 ways. One is up close and one is at a distance. I'm going to try and do it at a distance just as a why the heck not? And I want to try and do it on this waiter. I want to try and copy this waiter's outfit. From a distance, that's going to be a daunting computers check. So I might fail.
Okay. I'll give you a boost because the person is within eye shot. You can see them. You can see what you're working with, but you just don't have the exact specifications.
Mm-hmm. It's just harder when somebody's moving around to program all of the details.
He's got a hat, too. You don't.
That's okay. He's going to program everything but the hat. What do you think it looks like to program your suit to look like a person?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. The suit has, maybe it has like, it's pretty form-fitting, but on one of the wrists, you can pull the sleeve back.
You pull the holographic sleeve back. You just pull the hologram back.
Yeah. The hologram kind of crumples. It's like it's holographic fabric, in my opinion. That's probably not Star Wars-y.
It's not projecting a hologram all around you.
Is it projecting a hologram all around him, or is it is like a screen?
I think it's projecting.
Yeah, that's insane.
Is funny.
Yeah, it would be very hard to be convinced with a Star Wars hologram. But yeah, there's a little beep-a-doop boop on the left wrist, and he's changing settings. It's like
some sliders for color, like a little wheel that he's got to pick the right color on.
Okay. What happens if I flip, but I already have only yellows?
You add a green.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let's see what happened here. Blendin, 0 successes and 2 threats.
So you try to program this new outfit, and it just completely fails. And you go boop 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 boop, and it goes ah. And you're just wearing your holographic suit with no hologram.
That was some wasted effort, but oh well. How are you going to spend my threats?
I think that little like sigh that your suit made was a little louder than you'd like. And the guy with the hollow paper looks around. Huh?
So I'm not as stealthy as I was a second ago.
No.
It's not much of a threat.
2 threats. 2 people are looking for the source of the...
Part of me just wants to go down there.
Do it. You're running short. We only have, like 40 minutes left for this game?
It can go longer, but I agree. We need to keep things moving. Blendin dreamed of a complex ruse where he came in dressed as a waiter to interrogate whoever this boss is. But Blendin's a busy Snivvian, and he's gonna try the more direct approach. He kind of positions himself over the grate right in the center of this room, and he's going to kick out the grate and drop to the floor right in the middle of it.
Drops to the floor. All of the guards turn, but the old man does not. The person serving food looks up to you, looks at the old man. You see the man gesture, get it moving, and he lifts the little silver lid, and there's a delicious looking dessert. Very fancy. And the old man waves off the guards and says, "Mr. Blendin, is it? Your reputation precedes you."
Well, hello there. Yeah, hi, I'm Blendin. I can't say I know your name.
Please have a seat. And the server puts out 2 desserts on the table.
Well, okay. This does look good.
It is adequate. It's the best they have. Their chef is from the Outer Rim.
I think real quick he waves a hand over it, does a quick scan just to check if it's poisonous.
With a scanner that is able to tell him whether an antiquity is authentic or not.
Yeah.
It's
what
cake.
Does it say?
It's cake.
Hey, if it can tell if an If it can tell something as detailed as whether an antiquity is forged or not, it should be able to tell him that cake is cake.
It's cake. Please eat.
Well, all right. Thank you very much.
He takes a fork with his one hand, and you see that he only has one arm. And this one-armed man says, "As you have no doubt assumed by now, that was all a test, and you did spectacularly.
Well, thank you.
I have a job for you.
All right, I'm listening.
I need you to acquire a certain dessert for me."
You've piqued my interests. Tell me more about the dessert you're looking for.
Oh, it is called the Bargeva Black Truffle Treat. It's made with golden truffle oil and Tramistan dark chocolate, rock salt from the tip of Mount Umate on Coruscant, Jaeger sugar, and tang bark. It is supposed to be delicious, but it is illegal. And there is only one person making it on Coruscant. They are in the retainer of a crime lord.
Interesting. Dare I ask why it's illegal?
It is of no consequence.
Fair enough.
You don't want to roll a charm check or anything?
Now, I take on a fair many jobs, as you may be aware, and that's, I'm assuming, why you've brought me here, to get your truffle treat. But, knowing what I'm dealing with, knowing what and why I'm after something, will impact the cost of said job. So, please do, divulge to me, what makes this so special? And I'm gonna try to do a charm check, because my charm's good.
You can do charm. It'll be hard with a story point flip. So a red and 2 purples.
Are we figuring out that this game should always have 18 story points in play?
No, it shouldn't.
Will you just play them every time so you can always get a triumph or despair? It's fun. It's good. All right, I'm rolling. 0 successes and a triumph.
Yeah. I will say that the recipe has been lost to time. And, well, this particular chef has found it. What do you want for your triumph?
I wanted to know why it was illegal, maybe, or I want to know...
Well, that was what your charm check was for.
Oh.
And you failed.
I failed even though I got a triumph?
Yeah.
I guess I forgot how triumphs work.
Triumphs are both successes and triumphs. And since you got 3 failures and 3 successes, including the triumph, you failed.
I can't think of anything better, so all I want to say is, Blendin says, "I'll need a picture of the treat, if you have one."
The old man snaps his fingers and says, "Skrelvin, bring the data pad." And Skrelvin Jones comes up with a data pad and shows you an ancient drawing. Now this is from the ancient scrolls of Zeldrog the Great, the last known whereabouts of the recipe for the truffle treat. You can hear him salivating.
Interesting. Okay. So this is an old, valuable treat that has recently been rediscovered. My next question is, with whom does this chef serve under?
This chef is working, though possibly unwilling, for King Yaboy, the Laboy. Now, King Yaboy is not an actual king, and I have tried to get the Coruscant police to infiltrate or raid his skyhook, but they don't respect the Senate as they once did.
King Gaboy, you say?
Yaboy.
Yaboy. Let's see. Do I know King Yaboy?
I would need probably an underworld check.
I'm just gonna do it for fun, but my underworld's not good.
King Ya Boy is new on the scene. I'm going to make it a hard check.
I'm fine failing. I'm going to flip on it.
I think your triumph ended up being that this guy accidentally spilled that he was a senator.
Yeah, I noticed that. You said this was hard?
Mm-hmm.
Any bonuses or setbacks? Can I get a boost? Because, well, I guess maybe Blendin like works in the underworld, but maybe doesn't retain a lot of information.
Yeah, I think he's a bit of a scoundrel, but he also he works for upscale clients.
True. Okay. I guess I know about King Ya Boy.
Yeah.
Because I got 3 successes and 3 threats.
They said that Ya Boy was responsible for the blood wolves coming to Coruscant. Ya Boy is a LaBoy, which is a species that you've not heard of before.
Okay.
You don't know any LaBoys. Don't look it up.
Oh, okay. I was just about to look it up.
I need to describe how ridiculous this species is. Okay, so with your 3 successes and 3 threats, you know some things, and the things that you know might not be true. So, rumor is that he's responsible for the Blood Wolves, the biker gang coming to Coruscant, and they are known to run death sticks and glitter stim. You know that his people are active around Dak Avenue and Little Onderon. Mostly Dak Avenue after the Battle of Coruscant. You heard of an incident which you've heard some like butting heads between this guy and Pana. There have been a couple incidents with Pana's boys and Ya Boy's boys.
All right. Well, I have heard of King Ya Boy, and haven't run cross paths with the king yet, but I'm happy to make their acquaintance.
Yes. You should be able to find him at his skyhook. He keeps many staff members. He's quite well off, surprisingly. Yes?
Now, the skyhook.
Yeah. We've never talked about skyhooks on Coruscant Nights, but they are like a staple of the Coruscant skyline. They are they're basically floating platforms hooked to the surface with carbonite wires.
Interesting.
Fancy people live on them.
When you said skyhook, I was picturing the floating ship from Solo, that the rich. That's the
It would be like that, except with a rope.
Got it. When I Google it, it almost looks like a sort of space station-y thing.
Yeah, Prince Zizor had one.
Okay. Right. Well, that skyhook's not going anywhere.
Oh no, it's right there. He points out the window with his one hand. He points with the fork. I've had enough of this cake. Boy! Snaps his fingers a couple times, and the waiter comes back.
Thank you for the cake. It was very good. So I see the skyhook, and I'm ready to take this job for you. And now, am I taking the truffle treat, or am I bringing the chef to you?
Well, your reputation does precede you, but it doesn't... your reputation's not that big. I assumed you would just bring the treat.
All right. Well, let's start negotiations for payment.
10,000.
10,000. Now, from what I know about King Ya Boy, his men, compatriots, aren't the friendliest. And its facilities, the skyhook, are not going to be the simplest for someone like me to blend in.
Terrible.
So I was thinking something more like, say, 20,000 credits.
Roll a negotiation check. It is daunting. It's 4 purples.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and upgrade one. So a red and 3 purples.
A red, 3 purples. And I will also flip. So I'm going to upgrade one of mine. And can I gain a boost from actually knowing who King Your Boy is?
No, because you got 3 threats.
Okay, so I'm rolling. Wait. Okay. Yep. And roll. I got 3 successes, 1 triumph, and 5 threats.
5 threats.
It's a lot of threats.
Fine. 20,000. Upon delivery.
Sounds like a fair deal. And before we shake on it, what was your name again, sir?
So you wanted that as a triumph?
Does this guy not want to give me his name?
Yeah, he does not want to give you his name.
Well, I already said it, so I guess is that my triumph?
You can call me Vane.
Vane, I find it's always helpful to be transparent when making deals of such magnitude.
He starts to wave you off. You hear the brakes start to squeal and the train start to slow.
Okay. Blendin's gonna hop off. He can see the skyhook in the city skyline distance, I assume?
Yeah. How does Blendin want to approach this?
I think that he is going to... How far away is it?
How far away do you want it to be? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They're probably not too close. He's gonna take a cab pretty close.
Get a blue
he doesn't
cab.
have to hide.
You get there.
Yeah, he doesn't need to hide until he's trespassing in the skyhook.
It's true. I think one of the person with the hollow newspaper gave you a secure comm link on the way out, so you could call back when the job was done.
He's gonna call the comm link just real quick for fun. Hello, I just wanted this is Blendin. Just testing to make sure the comm link works.
It works.
I introduced myself over the comm. Maybe you could do the same.
Don't call back until the job's done.
Bit rude.
I think we go back to the train. The guy hangs up the comm, and the senator's just sitting there. 20,000. What a steal! I'm going to have my cake. I've been waiting years for this. The other Dims will be so jealous.
This character is ridiculous.
He's the guy who got his arm cut off by Dash in like the 5th episode.
Oh, okay. Okay, go back and listen to that. Blendin needs to basically case the skyhook, see its various entrances, exits, and everything in between.
Okay. How do you want to go about doing that? What skill would you like to roll?
Probably perception.
So you could do perception, just looking at it. You could do
Skullduggery.
Streetwise, getting to know the area around it. You could do... I could see like mechanics or computers to look at public records or the architectural stuff. You could do charm to get to know like the bellhop.
Mm-hmm. Let me do a perception just to get an idea of what it looks like. Let's see, perception. I already did a perception. Let's do streetwise just to get an idea of what like the street navigation and people down here look like. What's my difficulty?
It is going to be hard. Setback because I don't have a setback, but the sun's going down pretty soon.
Are you giving me a setback for that, or just letting me know?
Just letting you know.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. Do you want to flip?
No.
I'll flip. I'm glad I flipped. I got 1 success, 2 advantages, and 1 triumph.
So this is a fancier portion of Coruscant. You see tall, gleaming buildings. You see rows of hedges and other vegetation. There are people walking about, and most of them are pretty well dressed. You can clearly see the sky from here. There are a few skyhooks. King Yaboy, the LeBoy.
Mm-hmm.
Their skyhook is imposing, but not the largest one around. It is long, like this long horizontal blade through the air. It looks like the top of it is not open, but covered in a ray shield. You can see the shimmering of blue up the top of it. It is connected to the surface with a carbonite tether and a lift that goes up along it.
Okay.
You can see on the side of it a place where vehicles would pull up. You don't see a place for them to park, but a place for them to stop and unload passengers.
Got it.
And you're about an hour from the sun going down.
Okay.
Shit's shining on the reflective surfaces of all the buildings, the domes and spires.
Okay. And I got a triumph.
Mm-hmm.
I think Blendin, he sees that area where vehicles, speeders might pull up. I'm assuming maybe to drop off fancy fancy members of the Coruscant upper crust.
Yeah.
Is that
sure.
right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember something. Keep going.
And I think that sort of like a hotel, like you said, there might be some attendants, some workers that might be waiting to wait on anybody stopping in for the night or stopping in for a party or something like that. And Blendin's going to walk over and introduce himself, maybe under false pretenses.
Sure. You spot a person with blue skin and this like little pearly thing on their forehead. They're humanoid, probably a near human. They're wearing some sort of uniform. Looking at them, you can see that it's a little out of style. It's not the current style. It's a little just a little off from what you normally see around Coruscant. Like somebody who is trying to be fancy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, as you get a closer look, you see, what's the best way of describing it? Like opulence for the sake of opulence.
It's kitschy. It's a little, yeah. It's trying a little too hard.
They're trying a little too hard, yeah. They've got like golden ropes and epaulets, and yeah, it's just a little too much, especially for Coruscant.
Yeah, and I'm picturing these attendants wearing a combination of probably. Do you have an idea of what they're wearing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They look very warm. It's all fur,
Oof.
like white fur with little bits of bright, intense color.
Okay.
Plus gold.
Yeah, I pictured gold. Some like gold, like fine like chain kind of things like draping across from edge to edge.
Mm-hmm. And they're just sort of standing there, and they see you approach, and she says, "Hi."
Well, hi to you. The name's Storbin, and today's my first day. I was told there'd be someone here to meet me and get me acquainted with the position.
She taps on a computer. No, we don't have any appointments for new employees.
Well, that's really strange. Let me check my calendar. I don't know if I wrote it down wrong, but it says today, second shift.
I didn't hear about any new hires at all.
That is strange. I mean, I'd give someone a call, but they've got my number. I never got theirs, actually.
She looks you up and down. Yeah, do a deception check. as you're talking, I'm gonna flip one of my dark side points because somebody else comes out and is like, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Who's this? They're a Nelroni.
The name's Storbin. I was supposed to start today.
Storbin, huh? And he starts tapping at the computer as well. It's gonna be deception, huh? It's gonna be hard. It's 3 purples.
And you flipped, so a red.
No, I flipped for backup.
Okay.
And then a third person comes out. It's like, oh, what's going on out here?
I'm getting pretty good rolls with lots of threats. I got 3 successes, a triumph, and 4 threats. A lot of threats.
No, I got it. 3 successes, 4 threats, and a triumph. How do you convince these people that their computer is wrong?
Okay, this is gonna sound... Tell me if this is too ridiculous. Blendin, aka Storbin, says, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. And...
Does he, like, jog around the side of the building?
Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to say, oh, if it'll convince you, I've got the uniform, the fur in my car. I'll be right back. Can I use my triumph to say that he can use his hollow costume to replicate this furry golden monstrosity? Yeah. He takes a walk around a bush, just out of sight.
This it's like a lift. It's just like a tube with a little station at the front.
So it would take like...
He walks around one side, goes around the back, and when he comes around the other side, he's in a different outfit.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. See, I've got the proper attire.
He's got the proper attire.
They don't just sell this around Coruscant.
Well, I guess you're right. I suppose you work here.
All right, thank you.
4 threats. Well, let me show you around. And the Nelroni takes you by the arm and says, welcome aboard. I think you're going to love it here.
Happy to be here.
This person is tall and furry. They've got a long snout and sharp teeth. They look wolfy. And they take you up the lift and into the building.
All right. Blendin is in the building.
So Blendin and this Nelroni, who introduces himself as Spango. Hi, I'm Spango.
Hey there, Spango.
I've only been here for 6 months.
And you like it?
So far, so good. I'm still alive.
That's your definition of good?
Uh-huh.
To each their own. Happy to be here.
You're gonna like it here. And you go up this tube, this transparent tube. You see the city go by, and as you go up into the atmosphere, because this thing's pretty high up, you can see the sun off in the distance, and then it all goes dark as you go up into a building, up into the skyhook. And there's a ding, and the doors slide open. The inside of this place is like faux marble, and there are statues of humanoid beings all over the place, and they all have this like fur around their neck. There are these like little alcoves all over the place that have precious gemstones and crystals and things all lit from behind or beneath, all shining in a variety of colors. The lights are very bright inside and gleam off all the white faux marble. With you can see that the floor has like gold veins in the marble and everything like that, and it is it's pretty quiet actually. And I'll flip a dark side point as Spango says, all right, it's time for orientation. You know what the first thing is?
What's that?
You get to meet the boss.
The boss. And the boss is?
King Yaboy.
Oh.
Not everybody meets King Yaboy.
Wow.
I mean, everybody who works here meets King Boy, but not everybody else on the planet.
Sure. I understand.
Okay, yeah, come with me.
All right.
He hooks his arm in your arm and walks you into the an open space where you saw that the shimmering blue above. And this space is like a garden, but the garden is made out of gems and crystals. And in the center of it, as you go, you start to hear troubling noises from the center of it. Oh, sounds like he's with one of his inferiors again. This happens every once in a while. No, please, no!
And you and I aren't considered inferiors to the king?
Not yet. 6 months going on 7.
Well, 1 day going on 2.
Uh-huh. No, please! I've got a family! Thoop, punch. Pow!
Good sound effects.
And you come around a corner of these giant crystals, and you see somebody sort of straighten himself up, and he's got this fur thing around his neck, this white fur, and he straightens his collar, checks his cufflinks. There's a bloody Deveronian in front of him, his horn cracked, and 2 of the other people in this place grab the Deveronian by the arms and start dragging him away. And this imposing man turns towards Blendin and Spango. And Spango says, "King ya boy, this is our new employee Sorbin." And this the thing that you thought was a scarf lifts its head and looks directly at you. It is white and long. It wraps around this big person's neck twice, like a scarf. It has sort of the body of a snake, except furry, and the head of a wolf.
This is what a Loboy is?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try and draw this, but I have to ask you a question or two. Wait, so it has a scarf, or part of its body is a scarf?
No, it's like a snake.
It's like a snake with a wolf head.
But also completely white fur.
Interesting.
And as Spango introduces you, Sorbin, to King Laboy, you hear him say to the big person, "I need my crystals. Bring me my crystals." And the guy goes through his pockets and starts. He pulls out a ruby. Like, "Oh, yeah, just rub it on my face. I'm getting upset. I need my stones." "Oh yeah, just there. Do you have an emerald?" "Oh man, yeah."
Is this a bad time?
King Laboy was just meeting with one of the blood wolves. Everything is fine. Yeah, everything's good now. I got my ruby. Get my temperature down. So, Sorbin.
Yeah,
Blorf,
it's a pleasure.
put me down. Blorf, down. Kneel, get down. Put me down. Blorf, kneel. He slithers off Blorf's back. It's good to be on the ground again.
It's nice to meet you, King ya boy.
Hold on, I like to look people in the eye. He starts to lift up, like his whole body lifts up off the ground. He's sort of floating there in front of you. Okay, that's enough. I've looked you in the eye.
It's nice to serve under you, King
That's
boy.
right. It is nice to serve under me. That's exactly what you're supposed to say.
I'm happy to do whatever it is you need.
Did you tell this guy to say that, Sprangy? No, I didn't. Good. All right, this guy's loyal. You're going to be rising up the ranks pretty soon if you don't die.
I don't plan to.
That's good. I like this guy. Blorf, pick me up. Pick me up, Blorf. Bring me to my ruby. Oh, man. Yes, sir. Oh, put the diamond. Yeah. Puts a diamond in his mouth. Well, if there isn't anything else, I'm going to go be with my rocks. Spraggy, find something for this new guy to do. Blorf, go that way. Okay.
It was nice meeting you, and thank you.
Flicks his tail off in your direction. That went well.
Yeah.
I think you made a good impression.
Yeah, it sounded like it. I think he liked me. Maybe not as much as
loyalty.
Okay. I'm nothing if not loyal. And so this attire this is sort of modeled after the king.
He likes the fur.
Hey, I like the fur. So I get it.
As Blorf and King Yaboy walk away, you can see the king coiled around Blorf's neck again. And as the sun dips below the edge of this skyhook, you see Yaboy's fur, his coat, shimmer and change color to a bright neon green.
Well, I hope I've made a good impression. I will say I've never met anyone quite like the king.
That's right.
The king obviously has very refined tastes in gems, etc. I'm sure food, perhaps?
As you say food, the Spango looks up over his shoulder towards a higher up spot. As you follow his gaze, you can see a large windowed room with a long dining table.
I've got some experience regarding food. Serving some kitchen prep. Washed some dishes in my day.
Well, first, you're not in the system, so we've got to get that taken care of. We're going to need your chain code, ID, all that sort of stuff. We've got to get things done the right way, tax purposes, tax evasion, that sort of thing. So, yeah, we got to get you in the system first. So, follow me.
All right, I will.
He goes back in through the large marble columns and starts to make his way to a spiral staircase. Just following him.
So Blendin does not have probably the information required for this, does he?
Nope.
So Blendin needs to figure out he doesn't need to be putting his data into the system. And Spango has been a real delight here, but Spango is not getting the mission anymore accomplished. So I think Spango may need to be dispatched in the kindest way possible.
Which is?
Blendin's not good at fighting. Has basically no weapons except for one weapon, which is a palm stunner.
Oh my god, you're really gonna do that?
I'm gonna palm stunner Spango.
Poor guy.
Hey, I think maybe this will help Spango reevaluate their life here on the King Yaboy's strange ship.
It's two purples.
2 purples?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's going down, I think. Let's see. So I can do... Oh, so I'm doing my skullduggery versus Spango's resilience?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. My skullduggery. It's pretty good. I'm going to flip, because I gotta. Against 2 purples, are you going to flip or add anything? Not. Oops. Did it roll?
Yeah, it did.
I gotta refresh. 0 successes and a threat? That's not good. That's really bad luck.
What does Blendin's palm stunner look like?
I think it almost looks like there'll be like a little wraparound. I think it's actually sort of like the same color as his skin so that it can blend in a little bit.
Using that joke again, huh?
I actually used it by accident that time.
Okay.
It's almost like a little shock buzzer, but I think it's a little bit flatter. It's could almost hardly be detected upon shaking someone's hand, and I think he keeps it on his left hand so that it's not the hand most used.
What do you try to do?
Maybe I can gracefully fail here. You tell me.
We'll see.
He's gonna give Spango just a soft touch on the shoulder. Are they going like up or down about to go up or down some stairs?
Yeah.
And he's gonna try and he was attempting to activate his palm stunner to dispatch Spango and get some of this boring paperwork out of the way. I should not have failed that, but I haven't failed yet, so whatever.
Yeah. So you put your hand on Spango's shoulder, wanting to shock him, and you see his ears perk up. Huh? What are you doing? What is that? You got a threat.
Wait, what's what?
On your hand, what were you going to put on me?
I was just smoothing out some ruffles in your furry coat there.
I think I need a deception check with the setback.
Okay, I can remove your setback because I'm very, very good at deception.
You have a setback because of your threat, but you also have a setback because there is clearly something on your hand that you're just touching this guy with.
So you're giving me 2
setbacks.
And what's my difficulty?
3 purples.
I'm gonna flip. Gotta
of course
flip.
you are.
Are you gonna flip?
No.
Wow, all right. 5 successes and 2 threats. And successes don't. I always have to remind myself they don't stack.
No.
So I succeeded.
Yeah. You. Oh, thanks. Boss likes a clean uniform.
I had a
It
feeling.
sort of gives you a side eye. I think as he starts to go up the stairs, you see that his ears are turned back towards you.
Well, he's not going to try and do that again too soon. So Blendin follows deceptively behind, ready to forge some paperwork, I guess.
All right, Sorbin, here's HR. You're gonna like it here. He opens the door, and it's this like dimly lit room with buzzing lights overhead, and there's a small desk, very small, like 6 inches off the ground, and there's a little Anzellan behind it. And as you walk in, they say,
Hey, Spango.
"Hey, Tony, we got a new one. He's not in the system, so might be a bit of paperwork.
Hey, I love paperwork.
You're gonna probably have to duck. The chairs aren't big enough in here."
Good thing I'm medium-sized, not large.
"Well, I've got to go back downstairs. Enjoy your paperwork."
We'll do, Spango, and hey, Spango, if you do you want to give me something to do after the paperwork, or should I just find you?
I'm pretty sure Blorf will be up. He can set you up.
All right,
King Your
sounds
Boy
good.
likes his alone time in the evening.
Good to know. All right, thanks again.
Door closes.
So, paperwork.
Yeah, paperwork.
What information do you need from me?
I need your train code, your name, place of birth, mother's maiden name, father's maiden name. Got any pets?
Let's see. Chain code is 1122 33.
No, that won't do. Need your actual chain code. You don't
What
have your
is a
card?
chain code? Ah, right. Okay, I'm forgetting my chain code,
It's
but
a new system.
I have my card, but I think I left it with Spango. I'm gonna have to go catch up with him and grab that.
Better hurry up.
I'll be right back with that chain code.
Paperwork's not gonna do itself.
You can get started by...
No, I can't.
Get started. The name was Spango. Or no, not... His name's Spango. My name's Sorbin.
Sorbin. Tony.
A pleasure to meet you. I'll be right back with that chain code. I gotta grab that card from him.
I think I need a deception check against this little guy.
Yeah, this little guy does not really want to take no for an answer.
He's ready to do paperwork.
What's the difficulty?
We're gonna go with 2 reds.
2 reds. I'm gonna flip. Let's see. I don't think there's anything I can do to ask for a boost, so I'm just gonna roll this. Wow, luck, kind of lucky against 2 reds. 2 successes, 1 threat.
The little guy narrows his eyes at you and says,
Go get your stuff.
I'll be right back. You'll hardly know I was gone.
And you go out the door. The hall is long and quiet. It sort of goes in a U shape. The floors are hard, and you can hear the echoing of somebody walking in the distance.
Blendin needs to find the kitchen.
Well, you saw where the dining room was.
The kitchen has to be on the same floor as the dining room.
Yeah, which is going to be up 1 more floor from here.
He's going to head back up to that floor.
You head back to the spiral staircase and go up another floor.
Mm-hmm.
You can smell food up here.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear sounds from inside the kitchen. And you make your way towards it. It's got one of those doors that swings open in both directions. You can see that there's a window on it. And looking inside, you see an Ardenian with a cuff around one of their ankles. And it looks like some sort of electronic cuff. They are wearing an apron and a brightly colored shirt. There's a lot of stuff prepped behind them, and it looks like they're cooking away.
Blendin is going to walk into the kitchen with confidence. Hi there, guy.
I'm cooking as fast as I can.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, there's no rush.
It'll be done soon.
I'll be helping you out tonight.
What?
The name is Sorbin. I can lend a hand, and I can help with prep serving for later. I guess I should ask. I mean, I'm new here. What time is dinner?
It's in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Huh. And you got a lot of work to do?
The only person who works back here.
And I gave you my name. Could I ask yours, chef?
He turns towards you. He sort of just like gestures, who opens his arms. What do you mean you don't recognize me? I'm Fry Kiri.
Oh, Fry.
You don't know what's going on here?
Should I, Fry?
You gotta get me out of here.
I did see that thing on your leg. That looks, I thought it looked suspicious, Fry. And before I let you help you out, maybe you just answer a couple of questions for Blendin here.
Blendin? Thought you said your name was Sorbin.
All right, you got me, Fry. I may be here under false pretenses, but I might also be here for you. You are, in fact, the chef, the cook of this here Skyhook. Is that correct?
Not because I want to be. Not because I'm getting paid.
Oh, you're not getting paid? So you're telling me you are a captive of the king here?
What does it look like? Gestures down at his ankle. This thing will shock me if I leave.
I see. Now, I may be able to help you out, Fry, but before I do, have you ever heard of a very rare dessert item involving truffle?
I've made all sorts of things with truffles. The golden truffles grow here on Coruscant.
This specific treat is, something lost to the ages. And I was told that there was only one person, perhaps in this universe, that had the ability to craft such a treat. Might that be you, Fry?
jumps across the counter and gets up in Blendin's face. You mean the Bargeba Black Truffle Treat?
Ah, the very same.
I swore I'd never make it again.
Now, am I missing something about this truffle treat? Wow, what's all the ruckus? What's all the hubbub?
The chocolate, it's too dark.
I've enjoyed many a dessert, many a dark chocolate before. Now, how can it be too dark?
It's a sinister sweet. Just slightly savory. They say it was first created by the Sith. I can't make it again. Won't do it.
You won't do it. Well, perhaps we could come to an agreement. You don't have to make it. I just need to know how it's made.
No, the recipe can't get out there. I burned it.
You burned the recipe. Well, that's going to be a problem for me, Fry. I'm here for that recipe. I'm here for that treat. If you don't want the recipe to get out. You don't want that sinister sweetness to be brought into Coruscant. I can understand that. But perhaps you could make it for me one last time in the next 20 minutes. How long does it take, by the way?
It's going to take at least 40 minutes.
We don't have that kind of time.
20 minutes of prep time, heck, it might be a full hour.
Well, you divide 40 by 2, you've got 20. And there's 2 of us, Fry.
Cooking doesn't work like that.
Well, is it obvious I'm not a cook?
Listen, you get me out of here, we might be able to make a deal.
Okay. I'm going to get you out of here. And then we're going to figure out how I'm going to get one of those treats. Let's take a look at that ankle bracelet real quick.
You kneel down and take a look at this thing. It looks like if you leave a certain area, you're going to get a serious shock. If you try to get it off, you're going to get a serious shock. If you put something in between it and whatever it is attached to, you're going to get a serious shock. How does Blendin want to tackle this thing?
I have some equipment, some gear. Can I try and use my scramble key to skullduggery this thing off of Fry?
You can.
So the scramble key is an electronic pick lock. And let's see. To bypass most locks, it's going to take 5 minutes. And I
so
can
you would not have to roll if you wanted to take 5 minutes.
Or I could try and speed up the process by doing a daunting skullduggery check.
Yeah.
Might as well. Let's just do a check.
All right. 4 purples. Skulldug it.
I'm gonna flip.
Yeah. I want all dark side points by the end of this.
See, I didn't need to do it, but I just wanted to roll, and I got a failure with 2 threats.
So it's going to take at least 5 minutes. And as it whirs away, you try to guess some of the combos, and it buzzes, and you see electricity just go up Fry Kieri, starting with his leg, going up to his top, making his hair stand up. Wow! Hey, stop doing that!
Sorry.
With those 2 threats, I think one of those shocks gets you for 2 strain.
Okay. And after 5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, after 5 minutes, this thing would come off. But I'm going to flip a dark side point. Because after 4 minutes, the hulking form of Blorf comes through the door. And the door swings open. What are Blendin and Fry doing? You could do a vigilance to see it, to know that he's coming if you wanted to.
I do want to do that because that will dictate what I am doing when he gets here. And the difficulty on my vigilance roll
is 3 purples.
1 success and 2 threats.
Yeah, so you heard him coming, the echoing of his heavy footsteps on the stone tiles came down the hall. Yeah, so what were Blendin and Fry doing?
Blendin hears the footsteps, or maybe I think Fry actually hears them. He's more used to the environment. Is probably ready to panic as soon as he hears people approaching
You hide. You gotta hide. You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's see. You've got that table with the chopping block. Go back to chopping. Pretend you're chopping. No, actually, you know what? Just chop. And I will be down here below the table, continuing to pick this electric menace off your leg.
Stop picking it. You electrocuted me.
No. I'll keep doing it. I'll be really careful.
Give me an average stealth check.
I love how many checks we're doing. We're going to do like 50 checks this game. Average?
Yep.
Can I get a boost because I'm going to be hidden by a table?
No.
I got a success with a threat. Very common roll this game.
Yeah, so you hear the door swing open and you hear Blorf's voice. How's dinner coming? It's coming along. Lots of meat. Meat. King your boy loves his meat. We're doing this. Meat seasoned with meat, just like it was meant to be. And you get a little shock, and I think you half stand up and bump your head as he's chopping.
You gonna give me a strain again?
Yeah. Very good. King your boy will be pleased. And you see him walk out and glance over his shoulder as he leaves, and the door swings shut again.
And does this lock finally fall off him?
You hear a whir and a click, and the ankle bracelet pops off.
Well, Mr. Fry, you are free as a bird. Except you're still stuck on a ship where you're being held captive.
Yeah.
So here's my proposal. The two of us get out of here, and we figure it out later.
Okay. King your boy's got guests tonight, so the speeder should be arriving in about 10 minutes. We might be able to do something with that.
Guests are arriving in 10 minutes. Okay. People are coming.
Just cooking. I have only cooked meat for the past month. How are they still alive?
Well, you know. Different species eat different things. I recall that you cook a lot of meat yourself, don't you, Fry?
I like a balanced diet.
Well, everything in moderation, they say. Let's see. Should we cause a distraction up here in the kitchen as we leave, or is that going to draw more attention to us not being in the kitchen? You know what? I think it's best that we leave this kitchen as in the quietest possible place and move as quickly as possible. But you need a disguise. That shirt is... You might as well be wearing a bell around your neck.
I've been wearing it for 3 weeks.
So you'd probably be happy to have a change, I would assume.
Do you have something?
Personally, I don't. Let's take a peek around real quick.
You find aprons. You find a chef's hat. You find everything that somebody who doesn't know anything about chefs would think that chefs need.
A giant, pointless chef's hat.
Giant, pointless hat, yeah.
Now, this is just... Okay, you know what? Let's go, and maybe we'll find something else on the way. I don't know. Uniform, closet, bedroom where we can rifle through something. These are common practices in my field. But let's start by leaving.
What do you want to roll to get out of this place?
Let's see.
So you have to go out and down past the floor that has the dining room, down past Tony's office, and back to the big space that has the courtyard, and hopefully not run into anybody and not make any sound.
So I'll want to do some stealth. Okay. I'm like reframing my approach a little bit. Because in my head I'm like, I guess we're just gonna like sneakily walk out the front door. But we don't have to do that.
You can do whatever you want.
Alright, I've got a plan, Fry.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna flip.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip for the classic heist vehicle. And that vehicle is a serving tray with wheels. So, you know, you're an Ardinian. I think you can probably we'll throw a tablecloth over this. I think you can fit in the compartment underneath. I know we're not going to be able to fit you under a giant silver serving dish, unfortunately. No. Maybe the guy who does the paperwork would have fit, but we can fit you under here.
Is this really going to work? He starts climbing under.
From my experience, it's a 50-50 shot.
I guess it's better than nothing.
All right. So, someone ordered a room service, and I'm here to deliver.
You begin walking down the hall. This thing has a very squeaky wheel.
I always get the one with the squeaky wheel.
You're going to the closest lift?
Yeah, we're going to go to a lift.
Every once in a while, an arm pokes out of the side and points a direction.
Thank you.
And you make it to a lift. You can go down to the bottom floor. You can't get all the way down to the Coruscant levels with this lift, though.
Okay, we're going to go down as low as we can.
Mm-hmm. And the lift doors open, and you see that big open space with the big pillars and the giant crystal garden. The sun has set, and in the distance of the garden, you can see the slithering neon shape of King Yaboy rubbing up on one of the crystals, just nuzzling it.
Okay, so we have to pass by King Yaboy.
You're going to have to get through Yaboy to get to the landing pad, yeah.
How am I going to do this?
You try and palm stun him.
I did think about that. And now I'm reviewing my insane talents that are so good that I forgot that they were options because they're like game breaking. Okay. So that is nice to think about what you want to do for a moment. All right, Fry. I think at this point, this tray wheel thing isn't going to work anymore. But I've got an idea.
Okay.
And it's the simplest idea there ever was. I'm going to distract the king, and you are going to hide behind some crystals, and you're leaving here first.
You know he's not a real king, right? It's just what he calls himself.
It's just easier to humor him.
Okay. I'll just sneak out here. All right.
I want you to keep your eyes on us and keep your back to the wall and make your way to that door. I will meet you there in 5 minutes' time.
And he sneaks off into the darkness. You approach King Yaboy, the LaBoy, as he's rubbing his face on a ruby. Oh yeah, rubies. That's the good stuff. Look at that thing shine.
Greetings, King Yaboy.
Huh? What?
Hi there.
Ah, new guy.
Yeah, it's me, Sorbin.
Yeah, Sorbin.
So, enjoy. Your garden is lovely.
You're not supposed to be here.
I am here to greet the guests. That's what Blorf thought I should do. Just to continue to get a lay of the skyhook. Get an idea of the ins and outs and operations.
You're disturbing me.
I do apologize for disturbing your crystal time.
That's right.
I also
it's
wanted
crystal time.
Right, so I see. I was told to inform you that dinner will be prepared shortly, or is prepared and will be served shortly.
Okay, you're still here.
Oh yeah. I also just wanted to thank you for bringing me onto your team here, and wanted to let you know how much I appreciate it.
His face is like smushed up against a crystal, and he's just sort of side-eyeing you. what do you want to roll for your distraction?
Well, let's see. Charm, coercion, deception, leadership, negotiation. I guess charm.
Okay.
Or is it deception because they're the exact same role? What makes more sense narratively?
I could take charm.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
2 reds and a purple.
Oh boy. I'm flipping. So I want to use my talent congenial.
So you take 1 strain.
1 strain.
And you change 1 red into a purple.
Wow, that's pretty cool. It's pretty good. Could mean 1 less despair. As the tradition continues, 4 successes and 2 threats.
You're not leaving this guy alone, and he just wants to be alone with his giant crystals. You are successfully distracting him, and you see off in the distance behind him Fry waving with 2 arms, and he slips out into a passage. You're starting to bug me, new guy.
I apologize for bugging you. I'm going to leave you to your crystals. Enjoy your dinner. I will go see to your guests.
Hey, Blorf. Blorf. He starts calling for Blorf across the garden as you move away towards the exit. And as you begin to slip out the door, you hear King Ya Boy say to Blorf, "The new guy's bugging me. Do something about it." He went that way. He flicks his tail in your direction. And you hear the pounding feet of Blorf coming in your direction.
Okay.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked. We need to get out of here. Blorf's coming.
Blorf's coming.
Yeah. I use those forearms to hail another cab, because I took one earlier this morning, and I'm just gonna talk to Blorf really quick.
The cabbies don't look up here for fares. The people around here have their own speeders. They call ahead for fleets of vehicles. I'm not gonna be able to hail a cab.
Okay, you know what? Just you've been working hard. Clearly, Eddie kind of lifts a corner of his disgusting bright shirt. Just take a walk and keep some eyes on me.
It's a short walk. He walks off towards the landing platform. Blorf stomps through the open door towards Blendin. New guy.
Blorf, was it?
You've been bugging King, Ya Boy.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. I know I'm working in, sort of a hospitality industry here on the Skyhook. It's my first day. I'm trying to do my best. And if things aren't working out, I understand. Maybe it's just not the perfect match. Me and you and the king, etc.
King, Ya Boy told me to take care of you, so I'm gonna punch you in the face now.
Are you sure that you understood what he meant when he said take care of me?
That is what he means generally.
Nah, he didn't mean, pay me for my time.
No. Take care of you. It's a sock in the face. Take out the trash. Just throw you off the building. So I only have to take care of you. Now stand still. Puts a big meaty hand on your shoulder. This is gonna hurt me just as much as it's gonna hurt you.
Somehow I find that difficult to believe. I have some talents I can use to hopefully not get punched in the face.
I need you to roll to see if you get to go first, though.
Fair enough.
You can roll cool.
Okay. My cool's pretty good.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Let's see.
You're first.
I think there's 2 different things I could do.
It's 2 pretty good things you can do.
I have 2 talents. One is don't shoot and the other is narrow escape. I can't tell which is better because they kind of do the same thing.
So don't shoot means you cannot be targeted by combat checks. Narrow escape is the one you would use to hop in a convertible that is flying past the building.
Well, both of those things I want to do, but I've already been targeted in a combat check, right?
He has not targeted you by a combat check yet, but there will be other things that he can do to you that aren't a combat check. If you want to do don't shoot.
Okay. I want to use my talent Narrow Escape.
So that is your signature talent.
Mm-hmm.
Signature ability.
So, yeah, this is a really cool talent, hard to buy all the way up to. Once per game, the character may spend 2 destiny points, so thanks for all the destiny points. And I still have to make a hard streetwise check. And if I'm successful, then I can immediately flee.
You get to add a boost, and that's it.
Okay, I spent 2 destiny. I'm going to do streetwise. I could fail.
You could.
I get a boost, and it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Right, that's what it specified.
You have a setback because of your current environment. There is not a lot around you. You're on a landing pad.
Fair enough. Let's see what happens. 2 failures and 3 advantages.
You do not escape. What did you try to do?
What did I try and do? I got 3 advantages. I think that the Blendin tried to... They're kind of standing on, like... I picture almost like that stairway up to like a cruise ship that... what would you describe like the stairway entrance of the Skyhook?
You are like in the middle of the air, hundreds of feet from the levels below you, the buildings below you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's I think a short staircase up to the landing platform. You both are at the base of that staircase, and Fry is somewhere up on the platform.
So wait, there's a platform.
A landing platform.
Uh-huh. And it's... How far away are we from it?
You are right at the edge of it.
Okay.
Short set of stairs up to it.
I was gonna say, if there was a staircase down, I wanted to do one of those where you sit on the railing, the handrail, and like glide down.
And it's up.
But it goes up. Narrow escape.
Well, I think what ends up happening is that you try to run away, and Lorf grabs you by the fuzzy collar. His hands go right through the hologram of the fuzzy collar and grab you by the actual collar.
Okay. So I've been grabbed.
You have 3 advantages.
I want to spend advantages to introduce Fry into combat. Mark was not ready for that. Ready. Now you're ready.
Okay. Great. So Blorf has you by the collar, and he's gonna slug you because that's what he said he was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all he really has to do here. But you're making things difficult. You see this big meaty fist coming straight for your face. How the heck does Blendin dodge this punch?
Well, let me ask you, how does Fry enter combat, and how does it stop this punch?
Oh boy, what have you done?
April Fools. It's not April.
Yeah, so Fry, who was up on the platform, hears the voice of Blorf, this booming voice echoing in the small hallway. And as Blorf winds up and starts to swing, you see the silhouette of this 4-armed monkey jump up from the top of the platform down the stairs with a traffic cone in his hands. He doesn't bring it down like a club, but he brings it down and it lands on Blorf's head.
Mm-hmm.
So that he can't see anymore. His eyes are blocked. Huh? What? Where? Huh?
And
Blendin's turn.
A fist goes sailing through the open door and misses Blendin's Mrs. Blendin's top sniffer, as his notable feature says.
What are you gonna do?
Oh man, I really wanted to roll narrow escape just narratively so that we could just say that we got out of here. I could try it again. I have the destiny. Destiny points.
Once per encounter.
So I can't do it again. Okay, that's
or
fine.
Once per session. Yeah.
Can I? I'm gonna flip.
Okay.
Can I say that that the guests we've spoken for are arriving?
Sure. Yeah.
What do the guests look like, and what does their like transportation and whatnot look like?
I feel like that's a me flip.
Because
this guy's like he's got his like mafia friends coming over.
Okay, so maybe I don't want to flip that on myself.
I mean, I'm happy to flip it.
I already flipped.
Well, I flipped back.
Okay.
So yeah, this speeder pulls up, and it's pretty small. It's a little speeder, and a Doug and an Ugnaught get out, and the Doug goes around and opens the door for a little Chatterfan. Very fancy outfit, lots of rings and chains. What are you gonna do?
So this is a tiny car?
Yeah, filled with tiny people.
Can medium people fit in this car?
Be a tight squeeze, but probably.
We've slowed Blorf using some kind of traffic cone.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to stun him?
I did think about that, but I don't know if I can stun him in the same way, because my palm stunner needs to be used against, let's see.
Anyone.
I thought that it needed to be somebody that didn't know they were about to be stunned.
Hey, he's got a cone over his head.
Stunning an unaware target. Okay. So yeah, let's see if I can use my palm stunner to in a successful way.
It's average.
Okay. Average skullduggery. Okay. So finally, I got 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. So the palm stunner is really good. That is such a good tool. Not that expensive, but I guess pretty rare. I think as a lot of stuff's happening, a cone just went on Blorf's head. Some tiny mobsters are rolling up. There's a commotion, and Blendin says, "Hey, calm down, guy," and just puts his left palm stunner hand on his shoulder and
collapses on the ground.
With my 3 advantages, what did I get? 2. Blendin gestures to Fry and says, "Hey, get rid of that cone and follow my lead."
Takes the cone, throws it off the edge.
Get under Blorf's other arm, and the 2 of them start carrying him away from the skyhook. Good evening. We're just escorting this gentleman out of the building. Had a little too much tonight.
Well, where are you gonna go? You gonna throw him over the edge?
Well, my friend here will sit with him and until the proper taxi cab arrives to take him back to his home. But in the meantime, while he does that, I'd be happy to valet your cars to our parking area.
The Doug tosses you the keys.
Thank you. And darn, I don't have any way to give any kind of a reciprocating receipt. So
yeah, I
won't.
think the Ugnaught gives you like 5 credits.
Thank you. I'll treat it very well.
And they walk into the skyhook.
All right, Fry, leave him face down and in the dirt, and we're getting out of here.
Good. Finally. Let's go.
Stick him in a bush.
There aren't any.
Never mind. Get in.
Can you drive?
There are many things that I can do. And I think driving is one of them. How hard could it be?
Later. What have you decided?
I really thought you were going to make me do a piloting planetary.
No, useless.
Does Blendin have a home base?
I don't know. Is Blendin like secretly like the wealthiest business person on Coruscant?
Let
Blendco.
Let me know what you think. I actually think if you were going to ask me where Blendin takes somebody, it's like a shipping container.
Okay.
Yeah, Blendin and Fry arrive at a like a storage facility. Should they just go to Fry's house? They just go to Fry's house.
Fry doesn't live on the planet.
Fry, where do you live?
I got taken after I was done filming one of my shows.
Sure. Is there did you have a hotel room? Do you have staff? How many weeks has it been?
My hotel room's not going to be around anymore. This was months ago.
Okay. You know what?
I'm going to have to call the network.
Let's get you checked in somewhere, and then you and I can finish our business. They go somewhere downtown to a hotel, somewhere that's probably a little bit better policed, somewhere maybe that the various syndicates don't have their greasy mitts all over. And they get checked in. Fry's gonna figure out that's not Blendin's concern at all. What's his concern is the recipe.
How do you convince Fry Chieri to make this recipe one last time?
Well, Fry, I told you earlier, I understand that the recipe can't be disseminated throughout Coruscant, throughout the universe.
The last person who ate it died.
Well, I'll be sure to express that to my employer, but between you, me, and them, that's their decision. If that's the way they want to go. But my job is to get that recipe. Not the recipe, excuse me. My job is to get that truffle treat and deliver it to them.
We're going to need somebody to write up a waiver.
I'd be happy to type something up for you.
I know someone who loves paperwork.
I like that individual, but maybe it's not the best to get them involved. I mean, if you're on good terms. Sometimes it's nice not to have a lengthy paper trail, Fry. Especially with your captors.
Somebody's going to need to sign a waiver before they eat this. I don't want any lawsuits.
Okay, well, while you cook, I'll draft something up for you. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. It's not part of my skill set to do such things, but it is part of my skill set to make deals. And
well, you're good at acquiring things. Here's a list of ingredients.
All right.
You can bill your employer. It's going to be expensive.
Oh boy. I will be sure to invoice them for these things.
I know a good kitchen.
All right. Well, I will gather these materials. You rest up. We'll meet at your kitchen to make this happen.
A day later, we see Senator Vane sitting in a booth of the temporarily closed, he bought out the whole restaurant, Little Cabana in Gunga Town. He's stroking his little beard, just so excited that this is finally happening. And Fry comes out from the kitchen holding a tray with this dessert on it. One of Vane's guards, one of his people, gives you a briefcase full of credits. Good, new, fresh Imperial credits.
Thank you, friends, and it's been a pleasure.
Fry puts down the plate in front of Vane, and you see this small thing. It's smaller than you thought it would be. It's like this little chocolate-covered morsel. It It's got little flakes of gold on top. You see the big bits of salt and a grating of sort of light brown over the top of it. It is chocolate, and there's a drizzle on the plate. The senator has this look of glee in his eyes. Finally, the bark of a black truffle treat. Oh, sinisterly sweet. He picks up a fork, and he carves off a small bit, and he puts it in his mouth, and his eyes go wide, and we cut to black. Thank you for listening to this episode of Coruscant Nights, and thank you to Doug for playing. If you like Coruscant Nights, be sure to leave us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast, and visit us at patreon.com/Coruscant Nights. Coruscant Nights is a production of Nightcast Creative. If you want more from Nightcast Creative, be sure to visit nightcastcreative.com, where you'll find links to all of our shows, including The Other Place and Path of the Storm, a Star Wars High Republic actual play, along with links to our Discord and to the games we've created.